10 years vegan. A decade. I'm very, very stoked with that. What an amazing decade. The biggest and best decision that I've ever made in my life to live a more compassionate vegan lifestyle. Back in the day when I first started 10 years ago, I knew one person who was vegan. Now I know hundreds. The world is changing for the better, in my view, for the animals' view. Less of them are being pushed along the slaughterhouse lines to their premature death because people want to eat their body parts. And we don't need to. It's insane. It blows my mind that people with chronic disease still keep eating these things that are unnatural to us. If roadkill on the side of the road does not appeal to you, then you are not a meat eater. It's that simple. If you don't eat it raw, bloody and cold with no sauces, no cooking, no seasoning, no salt, then doesn't that say something? I reckon it does. Anyway, here's to many more years living this way, thriving, doing awesome things, and advocating for innocent, defenseless beings. We love and care for cats and dogs, have them as pets, companion animals, but why not show that love and compassion to all animals, to pigs, chickens, cows, sheep, goats, whatever, wherever, in whatever country. It's an attitude. You can change it tomorrow. And this is something that affects all of us. It's something that we could do to better the world so quickly. We sit down for a meal, most of us, if you're watching this, probably 3 meals a day, and you can decide to either support the fucked up animal agriculture industry or say, hey, I want to buy more fruit, whole foods, rice, potatoes, all that good stuff that you know is healthy, will make you feel good, and then we don't have to see the horrific, murderous slaughterhouse videos where animals are screaming and fighting for their life, as you would too if you were in their position. What's it going to take for more people to go, yeah, I'll give this a go? Or even if you think, oh, I don't want to be vegan, that kind of thing, why don't you just try it for a few weeks? And if you really hate it that bad, then you can be like, oh, I told you so. I don't think that's going to happen though. In fact, I reckon there's a very good chance that you'll probably like it and want to keep doing it because it makes you feel really good when you eat this way. When you eat a lot of whole foods and strip out the processed junk, then your body goes, yes, I'm being fed stuff that is going to nourish me and give you awesome energy on the regular. The number one reason I do this is for the animals. It was always the ethical decision for me that was most prominent. There are other aspects too. The health, obviously, of humans and for the planet. We can do so much better environment-wise, but it's always going to be brought back to the animals for me because I think that is a natural human emotion to offer compassion and empathy for an animal in need. If someone was being violent or unnecessarily cruel to an animal in the street, most people would intervene. That was the natural instinct. So therefore, if that's the case, then why don't we show that same kind of compassion and empathy for animals that are livestock? That's just a term that most people use and throw around as if it's nothing, but it's literally a living, breathing, sentient being. And believe me, I've heard every freaking excuse under the sun in order to not go vegan from people. Protein, calcium, B12, canines, all that shit, a million times over. But at the end of the day, here I am sitting in front of you, proof, thriving, doing ultra marathons, riding 500Ks in under 24 hours, doing pull-ups now, getting into calisthenics, running a 3-hour and 27-second marathon. What more proof do you need? There are a bunch of us out there that are thriving in our chosen sports and fitness activities, showing that where do you get your protein from is just a bullshit question. If you really did have that concern, please use your smartphone or whatever you're watching this on to go and get an answer to that question. That would be really awesome. My only regret from all of this is not going vegan sooner. I love living this way. It's nourishing. It's a joy. There are no downsides. Yes, I know people have to deal with social pressure and being the minority can feel awkward if you're at a social gathering and stuff like that. But when you have a conviction to something like I do with this, it's very easy to deal with social interactions. People do ask questions and maybe they'll have the odd kind of jeering comment, but when it comes down to it, You want to talk fitness activities, you want to talk endurance activities, you want to have a press-up competition. At the end of the day, like I said with those questions, we've heard them all a million times before, and I've got answers to every single one of them. And if you consider yourself a logical human being, then the logical answer is to live vegan. If you care for some animals, why not care for all of them? If you are logical with that, then it makes sense to apply that same love and compassion to all of them, to better the world, to create a better environment for all beings, not just some beings, not being speciesist. To sum it all up, I love living this way. I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep advocating for the animals in any way that I can, in every way that I can, on any platform that I can, because it means so much to me. I will be this way until I die. I will keep wearing these shirts as a walking billboard. It's on the back too. And be out there showing that we can thrive and that we get adequate protein from plants. What do we eat? 50,000 plus plant sources. At the end of the video, I will put a bunch of the meals that I have been eating. Amazing food. You can eat it too. You can feel fantastic like I do almost every single day. Please try vegan. Please try living this way. It's awesome. If you do want to give it a go, there is a challenge in the description. Not sponsored in any way. It just gives you support in making the change. They say it takes 3 weeks to make a habit. Maybe you will learn to love this and keep living it like I do. 10 years, going strong, absolutely thriving.